Hi, this is Ed Troxel. In today's tutorial, we're going to look at another request where we wanted to go through and look for selected events, and if an event was selected, we wanted to add a track above that event and copy that event to that new track. But there was a catch also. If there are multiple events on multiple tracks selected, we wanted all the new tracks to be added together in the same location. So, for example, if tracks 2, 3, and 4 had selected events, then we would have to have a new tracks 2, 3, and 4, and the older tracks would move down, and then those events would be copied from those tracks. So let's see how we can do that. Here's the base code we're going to use. In this case, I need a video track variable, which I don't know what it's going to be yet, so I just set it equal to null. And same thing with an audio track variable, but I need an actual video track and audio track variable that I can use in multiple locations inside these loops. So I needed to go ahead and get them defined up here, even though I am just setting them to null. And then here, I wanted to determine where are the new tracks going to be added. So in this particular case, I'm initializing it to a -1, which means I haven't set it to anything yet. And it is an integer variable. So now I'm going to go for each track, my track in my Vegas.project.tracks, and then for each track event in my track.events. Then, if this event is selected, I finally found one that I want to copy. So now I'm looking to see, is my track index less than 0? Is it still set to -1? If it is less than 0, then I'm going to set the track index to my track.index. So it's actually going to go above the current track, because when I add a track where this track is, it's going to push that track down. If this has already been set, then I'm simply going to increment it by 1. So if it's less than 0, I set it to the current track's index. Otherwise, I increment it by 1. Now that I know which index to use, if it is an audio event, then I create a new audio track by getting new audio track, and I'm setting it to this index value. In my Vegas.project.tracks.add, add the audio track, and then I'm going to take the selected event and copy it to that new track at the same start location, so the event.start location. So that event will be copied exactly above the other event. Otherwise, if it is not an audio track, it has to be a video track. So I'm going to take the video track equals new video track. Once again, we're using this index, which is set up here. And then my track.project.tracks.add. And we're going to add that video track. Then we're going to copy that event to the new video track at the event.start location. And then I'm setting that event.selected equal to false. If I don't do that, the script's going to run forever and create tracks forever, because it's going to see that selected event again. And so I have to set selected equal to false so that it won't be tagged again up here at the next time it sees that same event on event.selected. So let's see how this would work. In Vegas, I need to select a couple of events. So I'm going to select that video event, this audio event, and that video event. And that should add 3 tracks beginning on tracks 3, 4, and 5. And it should copy just those one event up to each one of those tracks. So we have our first event is now on track 3. The second one selected event is now on track 4. And the third selected event is now on track 5. And you can see down below, those are the exact same events that was down here, and down here. And these events down here were no longer selected. You might wonder where a script like this could be useful. Let me show you a perfect example. Let's say that we had some footage above and below here. And we had this on a track. And as you can see things behind it on the left and the right. So if we take this and run this script on it, now we see we have it on 2 tracks. Now I can take this lower one. Let's add a Gaussian blur. And let's also go into pan crop, right click it and choose match output aspect. And now you can see that we have filled in the left and right edges with this same image blurred. But you see a lot on TV nowadays. So that's a good usage for this. In fact, the script could be modified to go ahead and add the Gaussian blur effect and do the match aspect, which we've looked at in the past. So this was just kind of a unique little script that solved this one person's needs for how they were doing things. You can modify it to work to do whatever you need it to do. Who knows? This script could be the base on something that would solve you lots of time in the future. So let me know what else you would like to see as far as tutorials in the future. Subscribe, like, and we'll see you in the next tutorial. Please sign up at www.jettv.com and subscribe on YouTube to get further notifications on when new videos are presented.